Welcome back to another Sunday prep day. If you're new here, every Sunday I prep my food for the day, so ingredients mainly, because I want to stay flexible. One word of note, my nephew spent the night, and he's currently right over there decorating some Easter eggs, so he'll probably stop by at some point because he loves making videos. He actually kind of helped me yesterday when we made a video on how to decorate some penguin and ladybug Easter eggs. So that's going out on my craft channel probably today or tomorrow when I have time to edit that. But yeah, prep day. I'm prepping all my veggies, and I'm also going to make a soup and some coleslaw. I'll do all my veggies first, and then I'll prepare the soup and the coleslaw, because then I have everything ready to go. And as always, I'll start with my menu, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm using all the ingredients for. So, for lunch today, on Sunday, I'm having some sandwiches. That's what I usually do because I'm diabetic and I have to cut carbs, so I don't usually have carbs for lunch, except on the weekend when I have my cheat days. So this bread is awesome. And then for dinner, I was going to do some chicken burgers, but then yesterday at the market I found some corn on the cob, which I don't really see that often here. So I decided instead of that, I'm going to do some chicken drumsticks with some corn on the cob and some roasted potatoes from the air fryer. Okay, and then for Monday, I always do meatless Mondays. So for lunch, I'm going to make some soup. I was going to make some parsnip soup, but I don't know, I'm feeling more like tomato, so I'm going to make a tomato soup. And then for dinner, I'm going to do a stir fry with some fake chicken, lots of veggies, and I think some noodles. And I have some teriyaki stir fry sauce to go with that. And let's do this shallot. Then we're on Tuesday. While I cut this shallot nice and fine for the coleslaw. On Tuesday for lunch, I'm going to do coleslaw with some chicken. Could be drumsticks, could be a grilled chicken, might even stuff some chicken breast. Don't know the exact proteins yet, but it will be coleslaw, nice and low carb. And then for dinner, let's put that in a container that I'm going to make the coleslaw in anyway. For a dinner, I think quesadillas. I might make tacos, but lately I've been really feeling the quesadillas. And it's basically the same thing other than the shape and a bit of cheese, so I'll have to prep the same ingredients. Then on Wednesday, low-carb stir-fry with some chicken. And for that, I have some broccoli stems left over. And I'll cut those nice and fine, and that will be the bulk. So it's how you would normally use something like rice or noodles or something. To keep it low carb, I'm just going to use the broccoli stems and the chicken and lots of veggies. And then for dinner, I'm going to do some tandoori chicken. So I'm going to marinate that in some tandoori spices and some yogurt, and I'll grill that, and I'll serve that with some, I'm thinking rice. I could do naan. I still have some naan in the pantry, or I could make my own naan even, or I could just do some rice. I don't know yet. But on the side, I think I'm gonna do like a cucumber salad kind of thing. And then we're on Thursday. So again, some coleslaw for lunch with some chicken, or I think I have one more pork chop in the freezer. I might use that up as well. We'll just have to see. And then for dinner, I'm gonna make a noodle bowl with some spicy green beans and a fried egg and some chicken skewers, maybe some satay sauce. I still have some pickled carrots left over from last week because I kind of forgot to use them, to be honest, with my rice bowl. So might do that. And yeah, that would be delicious. And then we're on Friday for lunch. A little bit more coleslaw, because if you make coleslaw, you're not going to make one portion. You're going to make a bigger batch. So I'm using that for several meals this week. But I'm going to have that with some fish because I do fish Fridays. So maybe some salmon. I don't know yet. I have different kinds of fish in the freezer. I usually have some pollock, some cod, some salmon. I think I have some tilapia. Can do that as well. And then for dinner, I'm going to do a rice bowl with maybe some salmon or some other fish. Again, I'll just see what I feel like on Friday. And the rice bowl, I'll do some broccoli, which I'll actually cut now. Do that with some like sesame seeds and things like that. Wait, oh, he's showing his egg. We're gonna make some. One of his favorite videos is A for Adley, and she does like a lot of like rainbow ghosts. So he's gonna make a rainbow ghost egg. So I said, oh, if you just color that, we'll put some eyes on it. Ga je de blauwe nu doen? Doe maar een blauwe. Nee, dat doen we straks samen. Doe maar een blauwe of een roze, of allebei? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's going to make some more rainbow ghosts, and we're going to put the eyes on together because he's not that coordinated. So, but yeah, no, we did a bunch of Easter eggs. That was really fun. But he likes doing videos with me, so he'll probably pop up a few times. And I was on Friday, I think I said everything. Rice bowl, fish, some broccoli. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm just cutting up these broccoli stems to use for my stir fry. That's a good way to use them up. I'm cutting it reasonably fine. If you want to, you can cut it even finer or grate it into like a broccoli rice, but this is fine enough for my needs. It's a good way to use up leftovers. So the one thing I did was you always have like the remnants of the leaves, like the little dry bits. So I took those off, and then I'll just cut that into half. And then for how fine I need it, I'm just cutting it lengthwise. And I'll just leave the very bottom bit on to keep them attached because that's easier to work with. And then I'll just cut that nice and fine. And the only thing I don't use is the very end, like the bottoms, because those tend to dry out. So I'm going to cut up to about here, and just these last little bits I'll throw out. But yeah, don't waste your broccoli stems. They're actually quite delicious. All right. Next up, we'll do some cabbage for the coleslaw. I'm actually going to leave what I don't need, I'll leave that on the stem because that will keep a lot longer in the fridge. So I'm just going to take some leaves off, and the one thing I am going to do is cut it in half so it stacks a little easier. And then I'll just cut that nice and fine, basically as fine as I can get it. And I'll just keep taking off some leaves and cutting it fine until I feel like I have enough for my coleslaw. So I'll just dump that in with my shallot and keep pulling leaves off, cutting them fine, and yeah, seeing until I have enough. I think that is enough cabbage for our coleslaw. Next up, for our soup, just gonna cut off the last of this celery. See, I'm just gonna cut up this celery for my soup. I don't need it too fine because this is gonna cook for a long time. Now he made a pink one, so we can make a pink rainbow ghost. Next, let's do some carrot. So for my coleslaw, I need some shredded cabbage, so I'm going to use my julienne slicer and just do that right into this bowl. And I think that is enough, so I'll put that aside. And then for the soup, I also need some carrot. So I'm just going to cut this in half. And half again. And then I'll just cut these into chunks. Alright, so I have my carrots for my soup. I'll just put that in with the celery since I'm going to use those at the same time anyway. And then for my stir fries, I also want some carrot, so I'm taking the smaller carrot and just cutting into slices, nice and fine. Een stukje wortel?
Ja hoor.
Lekker? Wil je straks wat komkommer?
Nee.
Ja. Ja, ga je helpen? Ja, een beetje zo. Ja. En daar. Oké.
Carrots.
Carrots, yep. And next up, we'll do some cucumber. For my sandwiches later, I want some slices. Okay. Dat is zo voor het mes, hè?
Ja.
Ja, een beetje zo, schuin. Ja. Ja. Goed zo.
Cucumber.
Cucumber, yep.
Not a cucumber.
Actually, I'll do one cucumber for now because I don't know yet for if I'm gonna do quesadillas or tacos. If I do quesadillas, I don't need cucumber because I'm gonna cook all the vegetables or saute them. So I'll just leave that for now. What else can we work on? Here I have some cilantro. So he's sniffing that. And I'll just use that for my quesadillas slash tacos. I'll just cut that nice and fine. If you're wondering, we are both Dutch, so I'm speaking Dutch to him in case you're wondering what we're saying. There we go. Get a container. Yeah. Yep.
What is that?
That's coriander. Next up, we'll do some chilies.
Pepper.
Yep.
Pepper.
In Dutch, chili peppers we refer to as pepers or peppers, and the regular peppers like the bell peppers, those are paprika or paprika. Even wachten nog. So these are just for the stir fries and for my quesadillas or tacos for the salsa. And I'm just leaving the seeds in because I like spicy. And it's a good thing he's still small because he's kind of in the way, but I can work around him. Oh, eerst een bakje. Ja. Ja, zo erin. He just ate a pepper. I warned him, but he already put it in his mouth. So next up, let's do some peppers. Again, for the stir fry, for the quesadillas. And these are pointy peppers. I'll just cut those like this.
Ik wou het even proeven.
Yeah, he said he just wanted to have a taste. Fortunately, these peppers or chilies are quite mild. So, in addition to my red pepper, I also have this yellow one, just to have some different color.
Different colors.
So,
Dat is echt goed, hè.
yeah. And for these yellow ones, I'm just gonna cut them into cubes. So I'll do them lengthwise and then cut across. And I'll do the exact same for the other half.
Dan eindelijk verder net zwart.
Okay. And then I'm just going to do some roasted potatoes from the air fryer. So I wash these, I'll leave the skin on. And I'll just, these smaller ones I'll cut in half. And these bigger ones probably in quarters. I'll try to make them roughly the same size. There we go. And then I almost forgot for my stir fries, some leeks. So I'm not going to do the whole thing, just enough for 2 stir fries. And after I cut this, I will give them a little bit of a wash because there's always a lot of sand in the tops of leeks.
Ik wil het in de cartoon.
Ga je helpen?
Ja.
Ja, pak maar hier. Ja. There we go. Okay. And then last for cutting.
Dit.
Ja, wie heeft altijd een brei?
Farfetch.
Yeah, every time we're at the market and I buy a leek, he's like, this is what Farfetched has. So for these green beans, I'm just going to top and tail them and put them in a container. So I'll just do that with all of these.
Met deze vloggy, wait a minute. Die penguin komt zelf lopen.
And this is one of the penguin eggs we made. This is the one he made. So it's a little penguin. Okay, I am done with chopping. So let me put the stuff away that I don't need, and then we'll make the soup and we'll make the coleslaw. So I'll be right back. Okay, so while I was putting things away, I also preheated my Ninja Foodi on saute. So I'm gonna add a splash of oil. And then we'll add our veggies. So I have carrot and celery here. And I'll do some onion. About 1 small onion's worth. A little bit of garlic. A couple of cloves. And since I have it, I'll do some leek. And I'll also put in some some chilies. I'll do mostly red, just to help with the color. And to that, I'll add a little bit of salt, just to help that saute down. But yeah, we'll work on the coleslaw next while that is sauteing. So add a bit of salt. And you've probably seen me make this a million times already. Some mustard, some mayo. And don't do too much mayo because the salt is going to draw some moisture out. So it's better to add too little than too much. You can always add a bit more. And then some pepper. I'm using pre-ground just because I don't want the chunky bits in there that you get from grinding it fresh. So let's just mix that up and see if that needs any more mayo or anything else. Give that a little taste. That's just how I like it, so I can just put that aside. We'll quickly check on the vegetables. I'll let them soften a little bit more. And now that these have softened, I'm going to add a can of tomatoes. These are crushed, but you can use peeled tomatoes, basically whatever, because it's going to cook so long. It's all going to fall apart anyway. And I'll have to add water anyway, so I'll just use that to rinse out the can. And then here I have some parsley. I don't want the parsley in there because I'm probably going to end up blending this, and I don't want this to basically ruin the red color. So I'm going to dump them in whole and just fish them out later. That makes it a whole lot easier to get them out. So we'll turn off saute. Put on the pressure lid. You could just saute this as well, or just simmer this, but as always, I have a pressure cooker. It just goes a lot quicker, so I can start editing sooner. We'll put this to pressure, make sure the valve's closed. High pressure, 30 minutes, that should be enough. So I'll let that do its thing. I'll clean up a bit more, go ahead, help my nephew with his eggs, and then I'll be back when this is done. So my soup is ready. I just use my immersion blender to blitz that down, and that's ready to go for tomorrow. My coleslaw is ready, my veggies are ready, so I can have lunch or dinner on the table in minutes. So if you like this, I do this every single Sunday, and every Saturday I do things like grocery hauls. So if you like this, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until next time, bye for now.
Thanks for watching. Bye.